Day 5, and we're back in Scotland for the, probably going to say this wrong, Edradour Distillery. Now, this is definitely the first time I'm trying this, and it's also the first time, nice work, it's also the first time I've actually even heard of them before. So, really interesting. I've done a tiny little bit of research about them. The distillery is around 200 years old. It was early 1800s, so they've been doing some stuff for a very long time. They don't produce much whiskey. So some of the distilleries that, you know, what they do in a year, they might do, what these guys do in a year, other distilleries do in like a week or a month or something like that. So the production is very small, and maybe the reason why I haven't heard of them before. So it'll be interesting. They've got a bit of a cult following. Some of the bottles are really hard to get, and had a quick look at the auction sites, and some of them are very, very expensive. So this one is a 10-year-old. It's the Highlands, Scotland, and it's matured in Oloroso, sherry, and bourbon casks, which is one of my favorite mixes. So 40% on these ones. Now, the description was kind of interesting when I was reading it before. The Edradour Distillery Edition 10-year-old single malt is handmade at Scotland's last remaining family-run farm distillery. The result is a sweet, spicy mongrel of a whiskey, unlike any other you will have tasted from this part of the world. So, let's... Ooh! Okay, they're definitely smells I haven't had before. Heather, dried flowers, toasted almonds, and an undertone of honey and dried fruit. There is so much going on here, but still nothing quite betrays the flavors to follow. What am I getting? Dried flowers? No. Almonds? No. Maybe, but... honey? Yes, definitely a bit of the sweetness on there. Dried fruits. Okay, so I was getting apricot. Now I'm trying to figure out why, and that's because of the dried fruits on there. So we'll see how we go. It's a little bit underwhelming. It's very easy. I wouldn't say it's rich like they're saying in here. Fruitcake bursting with sherry soaked dried fruit, cinnamon, and cherry Christmas spices. Finish is short but bursting with oak-fueled spices over the top of that honey sweetness. The finish is all I'm getting. It's lingering a little bit longer than what I thought. The first bite just disappeared pretty quickly. The spiciness stuck on the tongue. It feels like it's very oily on the tongue, so it is kind of sticking around a little bit. The bourbon comes through more than the Oloroso cask. I'm not getting much of that flavor come through. It's more of that bourbon. So I'm assuming it was probably, you know, it's like some of these ones here, the 11-year-old Bloodknock, where it's, you know, done 10 years in bourbon and then 1 year in Oloroso or whatever they do. Look, I think it's an interesting whiskey. I think it's something, again, I thought I was hoping for a bit more flavor, and when they say it's a mongrel thing and, you know, this is an exciting one, I think it's okay. I haven't checked up how much it is, but again, just like yesterday's one, I probably won't be rushing out to buy myself a bottle. But again, let me know, have you had this one? Because if you do make comment, I could be getting a pack for you when it arrives in the next couple of weeks. All right, guys, we'll talk to you in the next couple of days. Cheers.